The spaceship hummed softly as it drifted through the void, its engines dormant to conserve energy. Through the viewport, the nebula stretched like a celestial tapestry of gold and sapphire, casting faint light across the interior of the ship. I sat across from her, my guest, no, my passenger, nursing a steaming cup of tea. Her name was Thessa, and she was unlike anyone or anything I had ever met. Her tall, slender form shimmered faintly, her iridescent skin catching the dim light and refracting it like liquid crystal. Her eyes were the most remarkable. Within them swirled tiny galaxies, a mesmerizing cascade of stars and constellations that shifted when she blinked. I'd found her on a derelict station floating between systems, its hull silent except for her soft, haunting hum. She didn't resist when I offered her a ride, though she said little during the days that followed. Now, finally, she sat across from me, as if ready to talk. I broke the silence carefully. Thessa, why were you out there? The station, it was abandoned. She regarded me for a moment, her expression unreadable. Then, setting her cup down, she spoke, her voice soft and melodious. I am alone because I am the last. Her words hung in the air, heavy and impenetrable. The last of what? I asked, leaning forward. She looked past me, her gaze unfocused, as if seeing something far away, something no longer there. The last of my kind, she said. Once, we were many. We were the architects of the stars. We seeded life on barren worlds, built the gates your people now use to traverse the galaxy, and shaped the currents of time itself. We thought ourselves invincible, the stewards of creation. But we were wrong. A chill ran through me. What happened? Her gaze returned to mine, and the galaxies in her eyes flickered, dimming. We reached too far, she said. We sought to bend time to our will, to undo mistakes and rewrite the past. But time is not a thread to be unwound. It is a river, and when we tried to redirect its flow, we caused a flood. Most of my people were erased, their existence wiped from the timeline. Those of us who were spared, we were left adrift in a universe that no longer remembered us. I stared at her, my throat dry. But you're still here. Why? I was aboard a temporal research station when it happened, she explained, shielded from the effects of the catastrophe. When I returned, everything was gone. My homeworld, my people, even the stars themselves seemed unfamiliar. I have spent eons searching for others, but there is no one left. I am the only one who remembers. Her voice wavered, and for the first time, I saw the depth of her loneliness, the kind that stretched not across years, but centuries. I can't imagine what that must feel like, I said, my words inadequate even to my own ears. She smiled faintly, a sad, fragile expression. You can't, and I hope you never will. The silence that followed was heavy, yet not uncomfortable. I felt the weight of her sorrow, but also the quiet resilience that had kept her moving through an uncaring universe. Finally, I asked the question that had been gnawing at me since I'd found her. Why did you agree to come with me? Her smile softened. Because you asked. The simplicity of her answer caught me off guard. For so long, no one has asked. I'm always seen as a curiosity or a relic. But you saw me as someone who needed a place. That is something I haven't felt in a very long time. I looked down at the table, unsure what to say. Thank you, she added, her voice gentle, for reminding me that I am not entirely forgotten. The days turned into weeks as we traveled together, our conversations growing deeper with each passing day. She shared stories of her people, their achievements, their mistakes, and the beauty they had left behind. I told her about my small life, my home on Earth, the family I hadn't seen in years, and the loneliness I hadn't admitted to anyone until now. We were two souls adrift in the vastness of space, brought together by chance, or perhaps by something more. As the ship sailed through the star-speckled void, I made a quiet vow. Whatever happened, I would make sure Thessa never felt alone again. And for the first time in a long while, the universe didn't feel so empty.